ones them with the curse, it's them that do the most. And they feel like it's a good thing. Let we take a toast to the universe. And we them feel like tell them this is real life. So take it, people, and let me do the thing. The more we work together, you know we going. It's not a warning, but a statement I'm making. It's a circle we live in. I had to tell you, cause she get what she's at. What you get, you have to take. What you give is what you get. I said to do good by you and do good by people. To make the universe smile. Do good by you is good over evil. To make the universe smile.
WEFM, the new fresh sound. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another commentary segment here on our Activated Mornings program for a Monday. So that means it's three of us. It's Dianna, Roleza, and Doc. All right, so we have somebody on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Dr. Thompson, your cannabis office, what time do they open?
My what?
Your cannabis office.
You talking about the MCA, the Medicinal Cannabis Authority, the regulator?
Yeah.
They open up about 8 o'clock in the morning, normally 8 to 4.
So instead of you being on radio, why shouldn't you be in that office instead of on radio, advocating for the ULP? That's unethical. You should be in the office there. Now,
Yeah,
if
you're right.
you're on the Sunday program, hold on.
No,
If you're on the Sunday program,
I'll tell you something.
If you're on the night program,
But can I tell you,
fair
I'm
enough.
going to stop. I'm going to stop, all right? Do you what you want to hear? I'm going to stop from now on. You like to get me off of radio, right? I mean, I'm talking about Mother's Day.
Come on.
Listen, I just talked about Mother's Day this morning, right? But I will stop, because I tell you the truth, I do this. I'm on radio here from a voluntary point of view. And guess what?
I know.
On Sunday night, guess what? On Wednesday night, I should stop as well, right?
No.
Because I should be doing extra work.
That's your own time. But if your office open at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be on radio. You're here to advocate on behalf of the ULP. But you should not be there. Look, Hans King. Hans King used to do the shake-up. He's now chairman of what they call property. He's not on radio anymore. Sean Rose, he used to be on radio. He now had the whatever the government information
listen.
He's no longer on radio.
Let me tell you.
It's unethical for you to be there. You're getting paid for
Queens, okay.
I tell you.
Queens, hold a second. Doc, hold a second. Queens, hold a second. All right. So with regards to what you're saying, right? So yes, there are times when Doc would talk about political stuff, but it's not always about politics, right? And I remember us with, okay, hold on, right? Wait, now, Queens, let me talk now. Let me talk, right? Remember recently we had a conversation, we brought it up several times about persons who, let's say they are doing personal things during working hours, but they're able to make up for the work either after the close of normal working hours, or who knows, they go above and beyond, let's say on the weekends with other engagements, they're doing work at home, etc. I know you're targeting Doc at this time, but when you see such persons who are doing their work, they're doing the actual paid work during the personal hours, how do you look at that? How do you view that?
Listen, if he could come on in nighttime, evening, after when the office closed, nighttime or Sunday on the Cecil Ryan program, that's his time, his personal time.
And if he does work outside of working hours, what do you say to that? I'm not picking up for Doc. I'm just looking at it from another side.
Yeah.
I am looking at the off time when the office is open. We say 8 to 4.
But if he has staff, lab nearly holiday.
No, I'm the only employee.
If he has staff,
the office is locked up right now because I got the key in my pocket.
No, if he has staff or not, unless he's on the radio to advocate to talk about the marijuana, the cannabis authority, then that's a pass on that.
You know something? I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something.
It's about different things, but it's mainly on this program to push ULP propaganda because you get a book and pen on a Sunday, you write down whatever that Sunday program, which is a ULP propaganda program, and come and repeat it here on Monday.
No, but Queens, to be fair, even if Doc
they spoke about Mother's Day yesterday, did they? They spoke about Mother's Day yesterday, Queens.
Queens, hold on, right? Because I don't want you make people walk away thinking that our program here on Activate Morning is a propaganda program, Even if Doc brings a particular point in advocating for something on the side of the ULP, you don't generally hear us just allowing it to fly, allowing it to slip. You know that Dianna and I would challenge Doc. So I don't want anybody to walk away thinking that we are encouraging Doc in propaganda.
Roleza, I know why this is coming up.
Shouting at.
No, time for me to respond. I know why this is coming up. They see me on this program as a form of some threat. I don't know why. My pronouncement on CBI that I did maybe a few weeks ago, and you see this whole thing now about the loss of visa and banning and so forth for things. Hearing more of those things discussed. You understand? But
yeah, you could discuss that Sunday.
But guess
you
what?
Could call the program Sunday and discuss it.
Queens,
okay,
somebody, Queens, hold on. Somebody asking if you're currently at work. Queens. Somebody asking if you're currently at work. If you are currently at work.
In the night time. I work in the night.
Oh, okay.
You work in the night? Oh, but you should be sleeping in the day. Dave, as a doctor, you should be sleeping in the daytime. Yes, and get some rest.
I don't work Saturday, Sunday.
But I'm saying, but listen, I'll tell you something. On Sundays, I'm usually elsewhere. I don't normally even listen to that program. I don't get an opportunity. I might listen to it later.
You can go back and listen to
That's right.
You don't have to listen to
That's the point.
You can go back and listen to another time.
But that's the point. But you see, you are able to call in at any time. We don't put any restrictions. And whether you say, I listen to the Sunday program and write things down, or you say Ralph writes out stuff for me and tells me to think, I'll tell you something. If you think I am some sort of stooge and I don't have a brain in my head and that I'm not a qualified individual, I've got to accept that. You know, Queens.
You qualified in a lot of
and therefore I can't talk about anything other than cannabis. I can't talk about anything other than cannabis.
I think he's making a point during your working hours.
During my working hours, I can't talk about anything but cannabis. I can't contribute to anything else.
Queens, you woke up to violence this morning. Queens, all right.
Queens, don't be upset. Don't be upset with me. Don't be upset because I'm able to talk some sense.
All right.
You know, Queens, don't be upset that I'm able to talk some sense. He's upset. You understand? And it's okay, Queens. Don't be upset about these things that people are putting some sense into your head. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Accept it.
All right. We have another caller. Hi, Joshua. Good morning.
Good morning. Dr. Thompson, I'm going to upset you further.
Yeah.
I left home at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Today's a public holiday in Bermuda.
Yeah.
It used to be Queens, not the Queens who just gone off there. It used to be the Queen's birthday, but we abandoned that, and it's now National Heroes Day.
Mm.
And there's also Carnival, but I'm not into that. But I got up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, put up my flags. 7 o'clock, I got dressed. My son looks at me and he said, the look in his eyes said, please don't tell me you live in the house, because I'm like a geriatric, right? My wife and son don't want me going drifting. But right now, I don't know if you remember Mark Twain. Mark Twain quoted, you can have heaven, I will keep Bermuda. Doc, I'm telling you, I'm out here now. You should see, I wish you guys could have seen it alive. It is so beautiful, lovely skies. and they're just a few clouds.
Yeah.
And there would be that person like Queens or Dave. And please, Roleza, before you shoot me down, listen to me. Who'd look up and say, look at all the clouds in the sky. They would forget the beauty. You should see the beauty in this place right now.
Yeah.
Just going back to your fatherhood stuff. I think there's something wrong with me, Doc. Seriously, I need your help. I need your help.
Yeah.
Because there are no special days in our home. No special days. Every day, Easter Sunday could fall on Good Friday. It don't make a difference in our house. I feel so happy. This morning, I think it was Dianna who referred to me as a king or somebody. I'm a king every day in our home, Dr. Thompson. We have one son naturally, one adopted daughter, 2 foster daughters, and dozens of women. And I say women because I love women who see me as dad. And every day I get a I love you note. So yesterday was nothing special. All most of them did was, we hope you're not driving poor Yolan crazy today. So I love life. And when I listen to folks like Queens, I think of a Florida orange. You ever had a Florida orange, Dr. Thompson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, them things sweet like anything.
Yeah, they are.
But they have no reproductive seed. And just in case you're wondering how come I'm out in the wild and I can talk and listen, as I said, I'm a fornicator, so I got one phone I'm listening to and one I'm talking to you guys.
Okay.
So to the men out there, keep on being wonderful men. They're good men. My wife and my son would not allow me to roam off because they're afraid that I'll go someplace and forget who I am. I'm at that stage now. But I do love life. And I'm listening to you guys from here. I'm going to link up, which I hope I have my bus pass because if not, I'm stuck. But
call your wife.
Look, my wife should be in cell phone prison. She's one of these persons who does not answer her phone.
Okay.
She said her phone is for outgoing calls only.
Okay.
But I said, look, Doc, look, just be encouraged. Be encouraged. I don't know you quite well, but as you know, I knew your brother quite well.
Yeah.
You have a good heart. And I love folks like Queens, Dave to vent because that's the only thing they got going for them.
Yeah.
So ladies, have a great day, and I'm going to enjoy this lovely, lovely weather. There's no place like Bermuda. Have a great day, everyone.
There's no place like Vinci. Bye, Joshua.
Bermuda is nice. Dianna, have you ever been there?
No.
Roleza?
Not yet.
Beautiful. And the driving there, I mean, when I was there, they didn't allow me to rent a car. We could rent a bike. And I rented a bike. I hadn't ridden a bike before. And they taught me in the hotel lobby how to ride a bike. And then I went out. And boy, it was an experience. Wonderful.
All right, somebody else calling back your brethren. One of your brethren.
Oh, okay.
Morning again, Dave.
Yeah, good morning again, man. The doc, Dr. Gerald Thompson.
Yeah, let's just look forward to that coming on the program on a Monday.
Not surprising to hear how Queens reacted there.
Yeah.
But the Prime Minister of this country said that Dr. Gerald Thompson is arguably the brightest politician, in this country. Well, within the Unity Labour Party. Nothing wrong with him saying that. But what I like how more Vincentians are picking up on very sensitive matters, issues happening in this country. That's what I like. Use your brain and think it out. Not because you're a doctor, professor, that may mean that you have everything right or everything you say. Nobody mustn't question you. Whatever move you make. Come on. We are living in a democracy. The United Kingdom where he spent his early life and so on. He should know the kind of politics that take place in the United Kingdom. just like in America. Well, America find a bad man in Trump now, who reminds me of somebody else who believes he can tell Americans anything he wants to tell them, cuss them or whatever, call us. I want to say the word asshole in these parts of the. How do we accept that? You see me? I'm a black man and I'm conscious of my blackness. You know why? Because we were enslaved by those people with that lighter complexion. And some of them hold it dearly up to this day in St. Vincent and Grenadines that they are exception to the rules, so to speak. And I'm happy now that our black people, they talk about education revolution. Well, I want to see that really work in this country, not like how they want to project it to us. Let education revolution wake up the consciousness and the intelligence of our people.
All
Have a
right.
good day, Doc. Love you.
Well, you know,
Hold on.
these guys, these guys don't have to be.
You were
really
supposed to
sad.
say love you back, Doc.
I don't tell man I love them so forth.
Why not? Why not? Yes, it's the same thing we were talking about with Father's Day thing.
Man, you.
Your son is not a man?
Listen, let me tell you something. We're talking about my son and my daughters telling them I love me. I tell them I love them. But in terms of telling another man, right? Telling
You won't tell a brethren, a close brethren love you?
I tell you, I appreciate them. I respect them. But let's shift in the subject. You know, I have been a politician. We don't have to talk about England. So I have received all my insults. Is that a call there?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take the call.
All right. Call of morning. Call, you have like a minute, please.
morning.
Yeah, Jeff, you have like a minute.
Yeah.
Thanks. Mhm.
Yeah, good morning, Doc and his angels.
Yes.
Morning. Well, Dave have a problem. Dave says conspiracy. Listen, when Dave called Nice Radio, he had the same problem. So maybe he had the same problem. So when he said it doesn't happen any other radio station, he had a Nice Radio too. So something is setting in Dave head. I don't know if he's all the time or whatever thing in Dave. Anyway, I had a fantastic Father's Day yesterday. Man, it was great. I was invited by some friends to visit another friend of them, and it was by the lake. They had tents up in the backyard, music. You have a scene where you could take pictures, and they had a spread, and they had all the men sat down, and the ladies served them like a 3-course meal. Fantastic.
Lovely.
I wish you guys could have seen the ambience behind it. Really go with the lake setting and everything. So we had a good Father's Day.
Right, you were treated like a
All
proper
right.
king.
Like a proper king, like a proper king. It was nice.
Yeah.
The scenery was great.
Lovely. Happy to hear
All
that,
right.
Jeff. All right.
Yeah, sorry. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Yes.
All right, Doc, your
Another call?
final minutes to wrap up.
Yes. I basically have done that. I am no longer a politician. I'm not a politician who's running for office or so.
But are you an advocate of the ULP?
Let me tell you something. I am a proud member of the ULP.
All right.
You want me to come on radio and be hypocritical and deny that? I am.
Okay.
Right? I am also a proud member of the Democratic Party in the United States and the Labour Party in England. I am. This is me. This is Gerald Thompson. But I also want to say that as a man, I don't spout qualifications. You know what I mean? I'm a medical doctor. I'm an internal medicine specialist. I'm an infectious disease specialist. I have a master's in public health. I have an MBA. I basically have a little piece of knowledge that goes beyond the subject of cannabis. And I'm able to talk about a number of different things. I might like to talk about, I'm a conservationist, and I'll talk about plants and fruits and food. Tomorrow, I'm giving a lecture at the NIS on the subject of integrating food and agriculture with that of medicine and nutrition. And we invited a lot of people. Maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I should go to my office at 8 o'clock and say, I can't come because I'm the chief executive officer. Basically, I am involved in a lot of other things, and I'm given that leeway to basically bring some ideas there. Why are persons afraid of somebody like me, little old me? You know, I try to speak my truth quietly. When I speak, people have the ability to object and say, Doc, I looked this up, you're wrong. Doc, what you're saying is incorrect. I try my best as a medical doctor to give the right information. I don't think anyone has ever sued me or say I give them wrong information. And the same way in terms of the public, my engagement with the public, which is my views. Any suggestion that Prime Minister or the Sunday say, I want you to talk about this on radio, or I listen to the Sunday program and Cecil Ryan or Joel Porras or Peter and send me something. And so you listen to the program, Roleza. You know, I might listen to, I don't get the opportunity to listen to all of them. But guess what? It's a damn good program. It's a good informative program. And Queens need to listen to those type of things more. Not to listen to smut and listen to nonsense and listen to things that don't really mean of the propaganda and so forth. So when I speak my own truth quietly. Whether it is your truth, whether it is your own views, that's your opinion. Give me my democratic right to be able to express myself. Don't try and steal that away from me. And so when I said, I have a choice, I can just, Queen say, and stop. Or I could continue doing my little part on a Monday morning, and sometimes on a Tuesday too.
All right. And folks, is that story done? We out. All right, so let's head directly into today's community.